Hello! This is the One Episode Rule, a podcast about first impressions. I am Magpie, and I know we couldn't make it last week, but I have not been idle.
Oh.
He has been a busy boy.
I've been so busy. I had to go out in public. But anyway, how have y'all been?
I'm Blackle. I've been good. I've been still kind of sick, but getting better. Last night I watched Redline with my girlfriend. That was really fun. And yeah, I've not really watched any other anime this week or last week, so.
Nice.
Redline looks cool. I need to watch it.
Seems fine. Hello, I am Joey. I have once again not been up to much. Catching the occasional JJK/Mob Psycho. Slowly getting caught up with both of those. Other than that, I've just been, doing my own thing. Which is not much. I'm a tired person, okay?
It's okay to be sleepy.
I did some stuff. Primarily what I did was go and absorb some culture at the Museum of Modern Art in their auditorium where they show movies.
Nice.
I love culture.
Overall, the museum movie-going experience, better than I thought, better than many regular theaters.
That's pretty good.
Because it was like chill, and the house was like not empty, but only like half full.
Yeah.
Of like seemingly chill people who were they're actually interested in the film, so they shut up.
A comfortable occupancy.
Yeah, a comfortable occupancy of considerate people. And also they have a museum in that bar, making it the coolest place in the arts district. But
yeah, that's pretty rad.
Did I say that backwards? Never mind. So films I saw were, first I saw Pompo the Cinephile, which is by a veteran animator named Takayuki Hirao and a brand new animation studio called Clap. I did not expect much of that movie other than it to be a comedy, and I found it to be quite pleasantly surprising. It is pretty much a perfect film for what it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's a movie. It is a movie about making movies, and the dub is excellent. The animation is perfect, and shout out to the background artists because it looks like a love letter to actual Hollywood in California.
Have you ever seen Why Don't You Play in Hell?
No.
It's another movie about making movies, also Japanese. It's very good.
Neat. But Pompo gets the Magpie seal of approval for everyone because it's just a cool film about making art in general. Then I sauntered out of that because it was inconveniently had an hour and a half between movies. So I just went and sat in the museum cafe and then had a Fort Worth Mule, which is whiskey and ginger beer and lime, which I don't think I would order again. But you gotta be adventurous.
I do
order something new when you go out. But anyway, after that, we popped in. Oh yeah, ticket taking experience, excellent. Just a museum lady at the door who's just like, "You got tickets?" I'm just like, "Yeah." She's like, "Going."
Nice.
No stupid scanning mechanism that fuck up or anything. No tired teenagers wearing bow ties.
Dang.
Cleaning popcorn off the floor.
Okay. Come on in.
I trust you. Anyway. And I went and saw Inu-Oh, which Inu-Oh is by let's see, what's his name? Masaki Yuasa, and is produced by Science Saru, who you guys would remember from making Keep Your Hands Off Aizuken, which I love.
It's good content.
Yes.
So yeah, it's that studio, and yeah, Inu-Oh is exceedingly hard to explain. But basically, it's a rock opera about people who professionally told the tale of the Heike in the Muromachi period in Japan, which is like the 1400s. So it's like it's like if there was a it's a combination of like street storytelling and no theater.
That sounds fun.
But it feels like it's being performed to you by Queen.
Nice.
Does a lot of very interesting things with its animation. However, I don't think it's as pretty as Pombo was.
Fair enough.
But yeah, they do a lot of a lot of interesting things with the animation because one of the characters is blind, and the way they represent that is cool. And also, it took both anime directors like viewpoint and the viewpoint of somebody who would have put together like live shows, because all of the no plays that they put on, they do with like period technology. And they do crazy shit with it.
Cool.
Like big water spouts and like a big shadow whale on a big like an enormous paper banner and stuff. Anyway, Inuo is an extremely bizarre film, but I did like it. Not as much as Pompo. Would recommend to people who like bizarre art films.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like me a bizarre art film. I'd love to check it out sometime.
Yeah. It's a cool movie for cool people.
Nice.
Okay. That's pretty much what I did. Oh yeah, I finally got Chainsaw Man and I read that. And I like Chainsaw Man. That's the end of that story. I'm probably going to order 2 more volumes after the show.
Very cool.
The only things that you need to hear, listener, are that Pochita is a good boy and Power is best girl. There's only 2 girls, but Power is best. All right. So, you guys want to get into some news?
Yeah, I heard you have quite a bit for us.
Well, I don't have that much, but we're gonna sandwich the weird news in between some good news. Okay.
Okay.
And this is last week's leavings reheated for the listeners.
Leftovers.
So, good news. Katsuhiro Otomo says that he's making a new manga, The Akira Man.
Oh, wow.
I did not. I'm going to be real, y'all. I did not even know that Otomo was still alive.
I was going to say the same thing.
He is an interesting case. He has not made manga in a very long time because he made Domu and then he made Akira. And then he made Akira the movie, personally. So we started making movies instead of doing comics because people love Akira.
Yeah.
And they're right to. He's a good director. But yeah, he just confirmed in like a tweet. He's just like, yeah, I'm making new comics. And he said nothing else about it.
Do you think that this is going to make Domu like more accessible?
I don't know. Domu has been out of print forever. The only thing that would prompt them to make it more accessible is if they reprinted it because he died. Yeah, and I'm not going to wish that on.
No, fair enough. I was just thinking, like, if like he makes something new and it gets popular, maybe they'll like bring it back. But you don't think so?
But yeah, the tweet is actually hilarious when translated to English too, because it just says, "Actually, I am drawing it, and it may be published somewhere in a little while. Manga is hard work."
That's true.
It's pretty casual, man.
All right, next. Do you guys want to hear about an isekai?
Oh,
sure.
Boy.
Why not?
All right, so I'm gonna get this picture ready for you guys too, because what do you think would cause me to pick up a random isekai news item for you guys?
It's a sequel.
It's not a sequel, and it's not to anything we've seen.
To Interspecies Reviewers?
Oh God, no.
Oh, could it possibly be that
old flame?
Someone very strange has been isekai'd?
You're warmer, but you don't quite have it.
Okay. Just tell us.
All right. I'll just tell you the title, because the title is Reborn as a vending machine, I now wander the dungeon. And I have a picture for you from the official announcement that it is going to be adapted into an anime. And
If
that
it doesn't
picture
look
is
like
this.
it's from the Cars universe, fuck!
Oh my god.
It is from the Cars universe.
This looks like literally something that would be in a Sungwon video.
I look at this with a mixture of amusement and terror, because just looking at it, I'm just like, this is going to cause some kind of unknowable perversion. Something I cannot even think of, that I couldn't fathom, but I'll know it when I see it.
Do not
Jesus
fuck the vending
Christ.
machine.
You cannot. Unexpected item in change receptacle.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway.
stop it. Oh,
And
God.
finally, this sounds like an isekai, but it's not. Apparently, a beloved manga called Delicious in Dungeon, or Dungeon Meshi, is getting an anime adaptation by Trigger.
Oh my.
Gee. Interesting.
It actually looks quite fun. I'm going to explain the premise to you. After being bested by a dragon and having one of their party members eaten, and feeling indebted to her, who used her teleportation magic to transport them to safety, the remainder of an adventuring team brainstorms how to get back to the dungeon level with the dragon in time to save her from being digested.
Wow.
Oh my.
Much like D&D, the team members must consider the cost of weapons, defense, recruitment fees for more team members, and food. With the majority of their supplies left behind in the dungeon, the mission seems impossible until their leader suggests that they sustain themselves by finding food inside the dungeon.
That sounds...
He secretly wanted to eat dungeon monsters for a long time, and presents his teammates with a cookbook about making food for monsters in an attempt to convince them of this plan. They agree reluctantly
really
and return to the dungeon.
Gee willikers.
Oh, man. Oh, God, it sounds good, actually.
There's I will give you guys the key art that was provided with this as well.
Okay.
Boy.
Because
oh boy.
it looks very fun.
Oh, look at them. He wants to cook monsters so bad.
He wants to know what they taste like. This is the danger of being the party's primary warrior. Is you see the insides of things up close for so long, you start to wonder how they taste.
Uh-huh.
I can see it with my eyes. I just want to know what it tastes like.
Okay. So that's the news from last week. I didn't get any this week because there wasn't anything good.
Well, last week's leftovers carried us strongly, so...
Okay, so I've got a gimmick for you guys.
Oh boy.
Do you guys want to do something a little different?
Yes.
Why not?
Let's do it.
We're going to do a thing that I brainstormed about 5 seconds before we went on, which I'm going to call Russian roulette.
Yes.
I have chosen six suspect anime that may be good or may be freak shit.
All right.
Okay.
I can hear you loading these bullets into the gun. Right.
I want
there's blanks and there's actual live ammunition.
And the beauty of it is that due to the variable nature of the shit we watch, even I don't know which one will blow our brains out.
Also, we don't actually know if any of them are blanks. They could all be deadly.
What I want you two to do is I want you two to agree on a number from 1 to 6.
Okay. Don't listen for a second.
All right.
Hey, Blackle, what number should we pick?
It's got to be 4.
You think 4? Maybe
4 is the number of death, and I just want it to be over sooner.
Okay, 4 it is. Okay, you can listen again.
Oh, what's that? What have you chosen?
4.
We picked 4.
You picked 4, right? Not what I would have expected. And not what I would have dreaded either. But we'll find out. Because we're going to watch Healer Girl.
Oh, okay.
Great.
It is funny because Blackle said 4 is the number of death, so we might not be healed by this one.
So how would you all rate the impact of that bullet?
It healed me. Somehow.
It was negative impact.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put knowing what I loaded that cylinder with, I'm gonna put that one at refreshing breeze.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like we could have done way, way worse.
Did not
I
actually
don't know what
damage
the
me.
other options were, but
I have to
this one was
explain this.
fine.
I have to explain this a little bit because it's weird. And the reason it's weird is one day while I was looking up news, I checked one of the other websites I look up news, and I saw a review of episode 9 of this. And I clicked on it real quick just for a half second because the image intrigued me, because they were apparently going to like a conference or a lecture or something, and they weren't wearing the robes or anything. They looked like they were wearing scrubs. So I thought this was about medicine. Like, I thought this was like one of those job anime, and it was about being a fucking surgeon or something.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
and then
enough.
And then I investigated it a little more because I was just like, I'll bring this to a podcast sometime. And I read the synopsis and I said, what the fuck are they talking?
Yeah.
So anyway.
It's funny because literally when I went to the page for this anime to watch it, literally the first thing that I noticed was I looked at the tags on the video and it said genre, music. And I was like, I wonder what that means. And immediately I understood.
You were made to understand. So who wants this blurb? Blacko, you want this blurb? You haven't read one in a while.
Sure.
You have to sing the blurb, though.
You have to sing the blurb.
Unestablished discipline on par with
Actually, you don't have to do that.
Medicine approaches. Vocal medicine is the practice of using songs, to treat health conditions and injuries. Why did they use the phrasing conventional discipline on par with conventional medicine approaches? What the hell? Anyway,
conventional. They want to lend legitimacy to this weird shit they're doing in this anime.
Yeah,
but the word approaches.
It is weird.
Okay, anyway, young people around the world strive to master the art of becoming healers to help people through the power of their voices. Among the many healers in training is Kana Fuji, a naturally trained singer who was inspired to pursue the profession after a life-changing experience, along with the driven Reimi Itsuhiro, and the easygoing Hibiki Morishima. Kana trains at the Karasuma Phoniatric Clinic. Phoniatric Clinic?
Yeah, that's the one that would trip me up. I think it's phoniatric, yes.
It sounds like phony. Under the stern yet kind mentorship of Ria Karasuma.
Karasuma's bullshit clinic.
Yeah, Karasuma's bullshit clinic. As they endeavor to achieve their dreams, Kana and her friends meet various colorful healers along the way, discovering that there's much more to vocal medicine than just diligent studying.
Apparently.
When they say colorful healing, they really healers. They really mean it. These are very visually colorful girls.
They have two hair colors.
Yeah, they each have like underlights. And I'm just like, all right, this is an interesting unifying like theme for your character designs.
I kind of liked it. It was kind of cute.
They're stylish. Like it's an option I would consider if I was a cute anime girl.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, watermelon hair, yeah. Anyway. So yeah, let's do the rundown on this so that we can get into the meat of it. And it's a pretty short rundown because this is a cute girls doing things anime. So we open on Kana using her voice to heal a small child in an act of faith healing.
Yeah,
on a playground. But yeah, she just patches up his skinned knee with a song about how, hey, that doesn't really hurt, you wuss. Kana negs a child into
Yeah.
to being healed. And then has to jet to meet up with her other apprentices. So what I figure is going on here is they're attending like regular school and they're apprenticing at this clinic like after school.
Mm-hmm.
It's like vocational training for them. Because I was just like, why do they have so many uniforms? And I was just like, oh, they're going to regular public school too. Anyway, so the senior apprentices are standing over there, and she's just like, "Hey, it's you two," and they're just like, "Do I know you?" She's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Wait a minute, it is you. Why are you like this?" And she's like, "You're late. Now I'm going to be a bitch about it." So they do meet up and head to the clinic where they don their cult robes because, oh boy, like.
Yep.
I guess they had to have a uniform for when they're quote unquote at work. But really it does read to me as some Heaven's Gate shit.
Yeah.
Just the weird flowing white robe, like poncho robes.
Yeah.
Is I don't know. Maybe it was meant to bring to mind like white mages from Final Fantasy, but without the headgear, it just looks weird.
And also, like, without the fantasy setting, right? Like,
yeah. Because there isn't really a fantasy setting here. The healing power of music is the only incongruous thing that we have.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it is regular ass Japan. Anyway, they walk into a kind of dodgy 3D modeled house, which is going to be one of my complaints about this show. But to basically go about their business as trainees, and they get their smocks on, and they go out, and they're just like, "Hey, what are we going to do today?" And the physician comes out, and he's just like, "Nothing, bitches. I'm going drinking with the pharmacist."
Yeah, they are so dating.
Yeah,
they have to be.
They do project lesbian couple vibes.
Yeah.
So yeah, their job is to their job is to get everything sorted out for the afternoon appointments. Which, by the way, doctor who drops a 2-hour drinking session in the middle of the day before coming back and continuing work is quite a fight.
Dr. House attending.
Dr. House. You know, Hugh Laurie did have a blues band. Anyway. So yeah.
God.
So instead of working, they sit around and try to resist the urge to burst into song, because this scene really drives it home that these are characters. These are characters from a different show, but every episode is the musical episode, and they're just barely restraining themselves.
Yes.
These are theater kids.
These are theater
kids.
I
think it's funny that whenever they start singing, background music comes in from question mark somewhere.
Yeah. Excuse you, these are choir kids, but anyway.
Oh my God.
But they have a little half-sung conversation about why they decided to be healers. And you don't get Kana's answer, but let's see. Hibiki's answer is just like, hey, I'm just good at singing.
I just really like to sing.
And in this universe, and she's kind of right to have this simple a motivation. In this universe, a powerful singing voice is a moral obligation.
True.
But yeah, and then they turn around to the other girl whose name I believe is Raimi. And what her deal is that she's an incredible simp for the lady who runs the clinic.
She's obsessed.
She is approaching yandere level. Obsessed. And also she cannot be stopped because they keep trying to go back to normal conversation, and she won't stop singing, and she just gets louder when they try and stop her.
They're like, yeah, we can be done with this, and her like rock opera routine continues.
Yeah, like she strikes up the electric guitar. And then the pharmacist pokes her head in and is just like, hey, are you gonna work? Like, oh yeah, sure. So they get that done, and then they go to have tea with her. There is a running joke throughout this in which I assume she is a pharmacist. She appears to be on staff to provide like actual medicine to supplement the singing. Like, here's your poultices or your bandages and all that shit. And she has like Chinese medicine shit that she keeps just like, hey, you guys want some pit viper drink?
That was
Got a
so
whole
scary.
preserved snake
So
inside.
such a weird like bit for them to be doing. Just
It
like
scared me.
It's not quite as we wouldn't be as familiar with it here, but it would be a good joke in Japan because a lot of people like Chinese medicine there
I see.
because of the cross-cultural influence.
Mhm.
But yeah, she does it a couple of times, and Kana always just been like, "Ooh, I'll try," and the other girls just drag her away. She's like, "No, don't be curious about that. That's weird.
Yeah.
That bottle has a soft-shelled turtle preserved in it," which I
Mhm.
appreciate. Anyway, they open up the clinic, start treating patients, and yeah, it's mostly a montage, and anyway, by about the end of the day, Kana goes out to change the slabs and be like, "No more appointments today. If you're dying, go home.
Yeah.
Don't do it in front of the clinic."
Yeah.
And she runs into a little girl who she apparently knows, and she's like, "Oh, are you here to get your grandma? She's in the observation room." And the girl's like, "Thank you. Also, I made you gifts." She's like, "Oh, that's so nice."
It was really
They're
cute.
just-
They're like cute
they're-
little pin buttons.
They're cute little pins, and she made one for all three of the apprentice girls, and they wore them even though they're not allowed to wear accessories over their cult
Yeah,
robes.
that's
It's getting more
fucking weird.
suspicious all the time.
These arbitrary rules.
It's
I don't know. I
arbitrary
guess
rules.
it's like supposedly like a professional setting sort of thing, which
Is
I
it like-
don't agree with anyways, but you know.
Do all of them do this? Is this like a Red Cross thing where they can't alter it so that people know who they are?
I guess.
But,
I don't know.
But anyway, the doctor finishes up with the grandma and sends her home, and they're getting ready to lock up shop. Pharmacist woman and the doctor, whose name is
Ria?
Ria.
Harasuma?
Yeah, her name's Ria. And Ria say, "Hey, let's put on suits and go to a medical conference."
Yeah.
They look good in their suits. Anyway, they nip off. Oh wait, no, they have to train because they do train the girls for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, the next day, because they wrapped it up and they go home and they come back and they get their training, which is rough because it's apparently like actual singing training.
Yeah.
And
Instead
also
of, like,
like
more
real
medic-
ass exercise too.
Yeah, you have to like run around the block and like
Well, that could be considered like an extreme regimen for a singer without any magical powers.
Sure. Absolutely. Makes
which is
sense.
you have to control your breath and breathe from your abdominals and and have
Yeah.
lots and lots of fucking stamina to do this job apparently.
Mhm.
Anyway, they get fucking wrecked by that. And then the pair goes, "Okay, it's time for us to go to a conference. No patients today. Goodbye."
Yeah.
Lock up. Don't leave my clinic open.
Yep.
And they lock it up, and then they spend some time hanging out because one of the girls stays in the clinic, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, she's like, "Do you want us to have a sleepover?"
He's like, "You want to have a sleepover?" And the one girl, the one girl's just like, "Oh, I could sleep here." It's just like, "Oh, you want to stay over?" And then the other girl, because they had a conversation earlier about how Ria occasionally visits her in her room, the other girl's just like, "Can I stay too? Can I stay too?"
Yeah, right.
And she's just like, "I don't know.
It's
I
like,
got a weird ghost in my bedroom."
don't you think that wood grain looks like it's got a face in it?
And
And
to
they're
be
just like,
Sometimes
fair,
you're talking.
to be fair, it does.
Yeah,
It
it does.
does. They show it at the end of the episode, and it really does. It's very scary.
But yeah, this successfully drives them to go the fuck home.
Mhm. They leave.
But as they're leaving, there's a knock on the door, and they go,
Mhm.
"Well, who's knocking at this hour?" And it's the little girl from before. And she's like, "My grandma's fucked up. Help!"
Oh no, not Graham!
So they say, okay, what do we do? Call boss. Okay, boss isn't picking up.
Boss is doing a conference. She is giving like a big speech to these medical people who are literally sitting in the conference going, this is impressive. There's
like,
a reason they call her the witch.
They're just like, Naruhodo. He's talking about like frequencies and shit.
Yeah.
They're trying to put a weird hard science edge on this very soft science. But anyway, they spring into action in a way that is admirable of aspiring medical professionals, at least. So Kana goes to hang out with Grandma until they figure it out, and then Raimi is just like, find out where the conference is. I will go get their ass.
I'm just going to sprint.
And she just sprints to the train station.
Uh-huh.
We cut in on Kana at Grandma's house, and Grandma looks bad. She has fallen, and she can't get up.
She's
like
fallen.
hyperventilating.
She is hyperventilating and sweating.
Yeah.
So and Kana is just like, oh shit, this whole lady's gonna die.
Yep.
She was reprimanded earlier for healing that boy's knee, because that's apparently not the kind of thing you do when you're an apprentice. You don't treat people yet.
Well, I guess it's like being like a doctor. You can't treat people as a doctor unless you're certified, which I don't know. This is a little weird, but
you can't treat. Well, it would be like you're a med student, and you can't, like, they're not going to let you treat people in the clinic.
You can't like do a surgery, right? Like,
but, they're not just like, hey, you want to pop this one open? No.
Yeah, exactly. So it's understandable, but also she's like, I need to do something.
So she's just operating in emergency mode. So she's just like, okay, let's put her ass up on the couch, and I'll squeeze her hand and rub her back, I guess. And I'll sing just to calm her nerves.
Yes.
And we cut away to we cut away to Raimi having found the errant lesbians and brought them back. And they're entering in, and they're just like, oh shit, is she already trying to treat them again? But she is exploding with power in the middle of the room.
She's so strong.
She has transformed the room into a Yakuza music video. Where she is singing. I don't remember any of the lyrics to any of these songs, because they're composed in that like anime way where they just slide off the sides of your brain because they're not quite correct English.
Yeah.
And then they just don't have the oomph of a English language writer doing it.
Right.
But yeah, she's just pouring her heart out into it, hovering in the middle of the room over a rotating flower, and the other healers are just like, oh wow, her image. And then the pharmacist lady's just like, you have to tell me what that is later.
And then it's like her image is transforming, and her like a bunch of tiny little fairy versions of herself pop out and fly around the room.
It is at this moment that I was like, third impact is occurring.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's so much.
She's calling down Adam to destroy.
Let's save this. Let's comfort this grandma. This Gram also, she was so comforted. She was doing way better.
I was like, comforted.
I was thinking, like, what if she like just kills her by accident?
Yeah, well, we're gonna
she dies in complete peace.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a moment. But anyway, basically the end of the episode is they're like, oh shit, okay, she seems to be okay, but we need to load her into this ambulance. And she's like, Kana? She's like, I wasn't treating her, I really wasn't. She's like, I know, you did good.
Yeah.
And then she's just like talking to the paramedics. She's just like, she has emphysema. Let's take her to the hospital. I already told them. And yeah, they pretty much close out on that, right?
Yeah, I think that was pretty much the last scene.
There's a post-credit scene where they're thinking about each other. That's about it.
Yeah.
So,
and also the one girl sees the face.
So she sees the face.
Yeah.
She was voiced by hoist by her own petard.
And then there's like a preview clip for the next episode. So
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So this isn't on actual critique levels. The animation in this is pretty good. The backgrounds are terrible.
yeah,
They
I
are
can
all
agree with
3D
that.
modeled, and it's like Unity 3D.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think I even noticed. Is the weird thing?
I wasn't really looking at the backgrounds much, but I can see what you're talking about because they were
the
just kind of nothing.
The characters are so appealing that it does kind of draw away from it, but I
Yeah.
noticed it. Like it bothered me specifically.
Yeah.
Let's see. The voice acting seems good. The girls can actually sing, which is a
They can
bonus.
sing.
The music was really nice. I liked the music a lot, actually.
The songs actually did heal me.
Yeah, they
Character
were really fun.
designs appealing. I
Yeah.
like the two-tone hair. Like
Yep.
I think is good, and the fact that the two-tone hair like obeys its rules.
Yes.
Because the blonde girl did tie her hair up, and it changed like the layout of it because more of the purple would be visible, and that's
Right.
But what I really want to talk about here isn't the actual quality of the show. I just want to discuss
The premise.
implications.
This world building, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I was just thinking about it, and they were talking about like even the slightest flutter can affect your effectiveness as a healer, and I was just like, if you can heal injuries with your voice, there must be a way
To
of
cause.
hurting with your voice.
I was
Yes.
thinking like if you like stutter, like all the other ribs just shatter instantly. Just like-
Can you?
Yeah, you're cradling them with the power of your voice, and if your voice cracks, so do they.
I was gonna say, can you go through this this healing singing program and then come out on the other side and be like
As an
just turn
assassin,
into yes, exactly.
Yeah,
I'm going to
I
hit a
was-
high note and explode your heart.
yeah. My girlfriend and I watched this together. Tetra and I watched this together, and like we were just kept talking about like the implications. Like, is like do opera singers like passively heal the people that like who are on the stage? Like, is like because of this is like opera also sort of like an intense stunts like type of art form because like they can do it. It's like the supercharged healing in TF2, like the medic and the heavy, like the opera singers singing and the fucking dancers doing backflips off the highest level. If they snap their caucus, it's going to be healed instantly.
So
I just imagine like whole flocks of sick people going to these concerts and stuff.
Yeah,
going to see Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
So I have two actual questions about the mechanics of this world, which is, God. Well, now I forgot one of them, but they do mention that even recordings
Yes.
work,
Recordings are like medicine.
which I couldn't get out of my mind. I couldn't get out of my mind of somebody getting up in the morning and with a hangover or something, and they're just like, "Oh, I'm gonna puke. I can't go to work. Hang on, I've got just the thing." And they just hit the fucking play button on their CD player, and you just hear, "Wake up! Wake up!"
That's like
okay, I can make it now.
that makes you wonder: are there like scheduled recordings that like you can't get except on the black? Like, is psychedelic music actually psychedelic in this universe? Like,
Binaural beats.
Yeah.
Oh God, they're
Literally.
real.
They're real.
No! Oh no!
Okay, I have
Sissy hypnosis is real. No.
Oh God!
It is.
Stop it.
It's real in this universe, so.
I have a theory about that, and I think part of it is that you have to sing with intention. Because if you look at the lyrics for all of the songs that they're singing, they are specifically singing like exactly what they want to happen.
Yeah.
So I think part of it, A, is intention. You have to like incorporate the like lyrics to what you want to happen. And also, like they were saying in the show, like the recordings are way less effective because they're not tailored to
the patient.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: is that like, is tailoring to the patient mean like tailoring to their taste in music? Because like maybe like certain like people need to hear certain genres of music, and I'm thinking like of this troupe of like skateboarders, and they have like a friend who just like sings screamo to them when they wipe out so that they feel better.
There's just a guy in the. They pay him in beer, and his job is to stand there and just go. So here I am, doing
Doing everything I can.
holding on to what I am.
I'm a Superman. The guy like wipes out, cracks his femur, and it just like rights itself instantly.
So I remembered my other thing, which is it's very important whether the difference between malpractice as a healer is do you hurt them or do you do nothing? This is a very important question because because if you do it wrong, you can do it wrong on purpose.
Right.
And that makes you think like maybe there's a secondary like sort of Girls with Guns like mirror image show where it's just like the fucking like vocal battalion, and they like
it's like fucking like Girls Frontline, except it's fucking Plava Laguna from The Fifth Element, and she's just out there exploding people's heads with her high notes.
It's like, here's my song, it's gonna break your limbs. Here's my song, it's gonna snap your neck. Yeah.
I think the show that you're talking about might be that one that was like the one with the like 5,000 member girl group that they all joined.
AKB.
The AKB48.
Yes. That's the alternate to this show.
We gotta protect the fans. Oh god, if we keep talking about this, I'm gonna start straying into making jokes about the fucking Aerosmith arcade cabinet.
I was honestly like half expecting the stinger of the show just being like, did you see that girl's image? She's getting too powerful. We have to take her down.
We have to stop her.
We have to stop her before it ends the universe. Like,
I legitimately did think she was going to accidentally kill Graham Graham.
Yeah.
Or that Graham Graham would get so relaxed that she passed on.
Dies.
What if she healed her too good? What if Graham Graham got too powerful?
You need to stop praying for Grandma. She's too powerful and she can't be stopped.
Oh no! Graham Graham, no!
That would be really funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, listeners, if your Graham Graham is too powerful, you can tell us about that at oneepisodecast@gmail.com.
That is one the word, not the number. You can also tell us if you would have watched this show. On Twitter, we are at oneepisodecast. Hey, are we going to watch more of this?
I would, honestly. I
got too much on my plate.
The fucking, like, premise is just so whack.
It is so absurd.
I know they're not gonna, like, be like, oh, this is, like, our I know it's not, they're not gonna, like, go to the logical conclusion of this, because the logical conclusion of this is just ridiculous. But I am...
It's Banshees is what the logical conclusion of this is.
I enjoyed the music, and I thought it was nice. It was a balm for my mind, and I liked it.
Oh, well, good.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
My thing is, like, this was nice. It didn't harm me. I liked it. Fine enough. I don't know if this is my type of genre, but if you're out there,
usually want a little more conflict, don't you?
Yeah. If you're out there and you just like really easygoing shows about cute girls doing cute things, hey, check this one out. It's fine.
That's a whole demographic of anime people.
Oh yeah.
And I can't judge them because like fuck, I like Death Stranding. That's a game about hiking.
Sometimes you just want to watch things to be happy.
Sometimes you've just been sick for like over a month and you just want to relax.
You just want to relax.
Yep. So yeah, tweet us that at oneepisodecast.
I gotta decide what my next like shit I'm gonna watch is because I'm starting to get through my backlog because I watched all of what was available at JJBA, and I'm almost through Blue Period too, which by the way is like better than we thought.
Right.
In general, it's good. Like, give it another chance. But
okay, I'm into it.
I was just like, what could I watch? Because I watch an episode of a show every morning whenever I work out.
Ah.
And of the things, what really terrifies me is the most appropriate for that after JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is Baki.
Yeah! You should
I don't-
watch it. It's
And
fun.
I don't want to get too powerful. I don't want to turn into a freak.
I've already watched Baki. You can join me in the winner's circle here.
Anyway, we finished.
Mhm.
Yeah. Sing us out, someone.
Blackle, you have a lovely singing voice. Compose
Seriously?
something right now.
Right on the spot.
Unestablished discipline on par with conventional.
No, not
medical
again.
approach. Oh, it's conventional medical approaches, not conventional medicine approaches. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Oh, that's why you got confused.
I got
There we
confused.
go.
Goodbye.
Anyway.
Bye, everyone.